3, actually. I need to correct the title. We are live with session 3 of our D&D 5e actual play stream, Revenge of the Scorcher Queen, set in the world of Thageia. So this is our wonderful cast as usual, and after ending the climactic battle against the pirates at the end of session 2, we are going to have our Tony or Althana, the half-elf Kensei monk, do the recap of the most recent events, and then we're gonna jump straight into the adventure. Okay, here we go.
We're good to go?
Yeah, we're good to go. We are live and we are ready.
Alrighty, let's see here. Last session, we started out with interrogating the little wormling that we came across, who we found out his name is Saurian, and he is training to be the guardian for, I believe it was Thamet.
It's Thamet. The city is Thamet.
Gotcha. We decided to allow him to come on our journey with us so long as he agreed to keep himself safe and get out of Dodge if things start going south real fast. We continued on towards our destination, and we came across a merchant vessel being attacked by 2 pirate ships, which we decided to intervene with. That fight went fairly smoothly, and we managed to fight off the pirates. I believe we have one of them held captive on their ship, if I remember correctly.
Okay, at the end of the battle, the situation is you have basically cornered the pirate captain on the Emerian merchant ship that you were rescuing. And the last thing that happened, the very last thing that happened the last session was that the pirate captain in question surrendered after a giant cannon from the ship you were sailing on, the Daughter of the Waves, basically destroyed the main pirate ship. And at that point, seeing her own ship unusable and her crew in a very difficult situation, the pirate captain, which is a reptilian iguana-like female humanoid, the pirate captain surrendered and invoked what she calls the Emerian Code of the Sea. And so after that, the battle basically wraps up, because there were only 2 other pirates that were conscious and still armed on the deck of the Emerian ship. They surrendered along with the captain, and the one pirate that was thrown overboard was rescued and captured as well. On Darret's side, speaking for the Daughter of the Waves and the pirate ship, there things were a little bit more explosive, literally, because what happened there was that at the battle was still raging, since the flamethrower on the pirate ship had set on fire a good deal of the Daughter of the Waves, and Darret had coordinated the efforts to put out the fire, while Rize, the elf guy with the hippogriff in the crew, was trying to take out the sniper that had caused you some issues last times. I mean, it basically was just shooting Darret, and because its tidal wave was rightfully seen as the most dangerous thing in the immediate moment. And so on that side, the moment in which the cannon fired was the moment in which the pirate ship was about to use the flamethrower once again, which of course caused a bit of an explosive chain reaction. So that, combined with the lingering effects of Darret's tidal wave, means that the pirate ship is in complete disarray right now. Basically, very few people are able to even just sit. So even though the crew of the pirate ship actually solidly outnumbers the ones that can fight on all other ships combined, they just gave it up because they, at this point, really the only thing that matters to them is staying alive, and the battle is no longer tenable. Literally the only creature that was still giving some issues was the leopard snake hybrid that Darret saw fight against the hippogriff on the mast of the pirate ship. But that problem was taken care of, because at one point, while basically the surrender was being negotiated, and you guys were trying to wrangle the beast, you had the surprise help of a returning very, very wet and very miffed Saurian, which somehow appeared on the deck of the pirate ship in human form, and sort of sword in hand, glowing, and basically just his confidence, posture, and the fact that he had a giant ass glowing sword managed to calm the beast enough that you were able to also, that it was able to be subdued as well. So it's basically complete surrender on the pirate front. Oh, my microphone is making a cracking sound. Is it still doing that?
Not right now, but...
Okay. So I don't know if it's an issue with how it's regulated. Let's try to do this. Is this any better?
I don't hear the cracking anymore.
Okay, let me know if we have some of those issues again. Okay, so that's the general situation. And as the last thing I'm gonna say before leaving the action again to you guys, there is a moment of tension aboard the Emerian ship after the surrender of the captain, because the Emerian captain instead is kind of disturbed by, no, not exactly, so kind of annoyed by the way she surrendered, and he reminds the pirate leader that the Emerian Code of the Sea is supposed to be applied, is supposed to only apply to Emerian citizens. At which point the pirate leader replies that she actually is one, because she has been granted honorary citizenship for having fought alongside the Emerian blockade at the time of the Ring Chain troubles we discussed once again. So basically that means right now the Emerian captain on the merchant ship is actually technically in charge of what happens to the pirate crew at large. Okay, so that said, if anyone wants to, it's up to you now. That is the status quo after a few minutes, literally a few minutes after the end of the battle last time. So
Garrett is waiting to see what happens. He's not taking. I mean, are the pirates really disarming themselves and standing down?
It's kind of awkward at the beginning, but after a couple of minutes, they are able to see the captain on the Amerian ship that is basically signaling to surrender. So they are literally the only conflict that goes on the pirate ship is the issue with the snake feline until Saurian reappears. And also after that happened, Saurian immediately looks for you and asks you about the rest of the gang because he has been underwater for the past 2 or 3 minutes, basically.
Right. They're all accounted for. So.
Okay, I'm glad. I hope no one of you got hurt. Also, I'm sorry, but I mean, I swear I did my best to keep myself safe. I just wasn't expecting a ship to breathe fire. So sorry about making you worry if I did that. But that was cool though. That was so cool. I mean, it hurt like hell, but it also was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say cool, but okay. So that's for Saurian. Honestly, right now, yeah, the pirates are really. Oh, that's the issue with the microphone. The pirates are really not interested in giving much resistance because right now their main concern is to literally prevent the ship from either sinking or exploding or both of those things. So as long as it's clear that you are not going to basically try to execute them on the spot, they are not resisting.
Okay.
I mean, the captain surrendered, and they all seem very ready to accept that. Presumably because of the fact that since the captain can invoke the American code for all of the crew, they are pretty sure they are going to be treated decently anyway.
So what is the maritime code? Because our characters should know what that is explicitly. Like what are the tenets of that?
In general, there is no worldwide unified code. There is no a general international law of the sea for now. But
Right.
the Enclave of Emeria does apply a code that is sort of mimicked by other main maritime nation, and it's basically a bit more permissive and lax form of sort of maritime Geneva Convention. So basically, there are some rules of about prisoners. There are rules that formally describe what is surrendering, how prisoners should be handled, what counts as piracy, what doesn't, and it's the only nation that has a very specific codified law about that is Emeria, but it only applies those laws either in their territorial waters or anywhere in the world with Emerian ships.
So like it would be considered a dick move to like handcuff these guys or restrain these guys because they're willingly giving up, or like could we like is that like something that's expected if they surrender like that, or are they like is maritime code kind of like, hey, my bad, we attacked you, let us go? Is that like what it is?
No, they can be taken prisoners. They can be taken prisoners, but if the code applies to them, they cannot be tortured, for example. They cannot be executed unless they do some very specific or grave deeds.
Heinous shit. Yeah.
So they are basically treated like prisoners of war.
Okay, cool. So I think Ubo is going to immediately, after they surrender, take the captain of these pirates and handcuff him, and then just ask, like, who is your first mate? Who else is in charge? Round them up. And then, like, try and get the leaders all together.
The captain turns one of their reptilian eyes at you, which moves kind of independently from the other. And she reminds you that she doesn't resist, but reminds you that technically the authority is belongs to the American captain of the merchant ship. And also about my second in command, she nods in the direction of the Minotaur that Carnifax previously exploded. You just took care of that. So, yeah. No, don't worry, my crew will turn themselves in with no resistance. With no further resistance.
This is excellent news. Now come this way. And then he's gonna, like, I mean, she's way bigger than Ubo. He's only 3 foot.
Yeah, definitely.
He's like, leading her like a child is being led, but he's actually leading the parent type of thing.
Yeah, probably her tail, probably the Clidrack's tail, her name is Clidrack, probably Clidrack's tail is twice as long as Ubo, at least. I'd say twice and a half. I mean, she's an iguana-like humanoid, so she has a very long tail.
Yeah, he's having a hard time of doing just that, because she's so big, and he's just playing it off like, nah, no, that's good, don't worry
okay,
about me.
So the moment Ubo does that, the captain looks at Altana and Carnifax, kind of perplexed, and then goes, "Well, I guess most of my men are not in condition to do that, so I let him do that if he has fun." By the way, thank you for I really cannot thank you enough for saving us. You definitely. We couldn't have done this without you. We literally would have been captured and destroyed if it weren't for you. So I don't know how I can thank you right now, but I literally owe you my life and the life of my entire crew.
Don't worry about it. It's all in the day of an adventurer.
Oh, but I do. I mean, you took clearly a great deal of risk and also some loss. He says, gesturing towards the fire damage on the Daughter of the Wave. So I will try to pay back a small part of my debt with you, but I don't know if I will ever be repaid in. I mean, I don't think it can be ever repaid in full. You literally saved dozens of lives today. You have my endless gratitude for that. So if there is anything else in whatever is you're questing for, if you say you're adventurers, then I, Captain Shoten Alkir, am definitely going to do all that is in my power to help you in that quest. Meanwhile, while this conversation is happening, the Daughter of the Waves is trying to regroup with the Emerian vessels. So Dareth and Sorian are probably trying to attach the part of the pirate ship that still hold themselves out of the water and sort of regroup all of the ships together for the moment. Hawalo, the dwarf captain of the Daughter of the Wave, is suggesting that it's probably possible with a bit of work to use the surviving parts of the pirate ship to repair the damage being done to the other ships and also to somewhat somewhat manage the prisoners. He basically plans to dismantle what remains of the pirate ship and transform the resulting structure will be used either for repairs on the Daughter of the Wave or it will be trailed away by the Emerian ship, probably to Tammet or the nearest port.
Cool.
Okay, so we can. This to say that in literally a couple of minutes you will be able to regroup on deck of either of the ships that is still standing. So the moment that happens, Saurian will immediately sprint in search of Ubo to see how he is going.
Oh, Ubo is just he's just kind of watching the prisoners, and like the chain of command or whatever, whoever else he like took in and like put in the brig or whatnot, or wherever we're storing them exactly.
Okay. So yeah, about that, probably if the captain is going to be held in the actual Emerian ship with a couple of guards, and as for the others, they will be disarmed, their weapons stowed away, and after Hawalo communicates his idea to Captain Alkir, they basically start to try and organize all of that construction, repurposing, etc. And they arrive to the conclusion that it's probably gonna need at least half the day before either ship is able to leave mostly functioning, and Captain Alkir recognizes that whatever you're doing, since Hawalo does not tell him, is urgent. So he will let you go the moment the main part of the job is done and the Daughter of the Waves is able to sail again. And besides that, okay. Oh, by the way, during all of these work, the red-clad human spellcaster that was on the Emerian ship the other time approaches Carnifax and introduces himself as Hazael Gale, an Emerian spellcaster, and he basically starts to inquire. He is curious about his particular style of spellcasting, because he recognized another competent spellcaster. So and also he asks you straight away if are you perhaps from a certain clan of Savesi Lizardfolks, and almost says the name of the clan right. He is obviously not very accustomed to the correct pronunciation.
Carnifax will nod and tell him, "Well, close enough."
Oh, I'm sorry. I am not still fluent in modern Draconic. I am sorry about that. Most of my Draconic knowledge is sort of academic.
You wouldn't be the first who was wrong, and you won't be the last, I'm sure. There's no reason to get upset over it.
So that was an amazing. You have an interesting style of spellcasting, I've noticed.
And Carnifax will sort of turn his head. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's something. It's clearly not an academic tradition in the strictest sense of the word, but it's clear that there is I sense a mix of tradition and a very personal style in the way you cast your spells. So that was interesting, and also And also in the fact that you apparently use your spellbook as your focus. That's also kind of interesting.
That is a technique passed down by our wizards from master to apprentice. It's also passed down by our people to learn that you don't always need spell slots to deal with a problem, and he'll just sort of like wave his knife around.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then. Oh, sorry.
Spellbooks are passed down between master to apprentice, so it's not just my spellbook. This has been my master's and his before him as well.
Okay, so he nods, very interested, and then he takes out a pen and some scraps of parchment, and asks you if he can ask you more about the lore of your clan, your culture, and what you can tell him about your magical tradition without divulging any trade secrets. And he tells you that he is a Lord Seeker, that he's interested in. He goes around Thageia collecting stories. He's writing a book on legends of the world, basically. And he tells you that if you accept to have this interview with him, he can teach you and share with you the working of that wind-based repulsive spell he used during the fight.
Carnifax will consider it for a moment and go, I tell you what. And he points to the Minotaur and says, you have your people get that thing's leg and bag it up for me. We have a deal.
Okay, at that point he goes, that is gonna be awkward.
Lunch and femurs make for good clubs.
Okay, you clearly see the conflict. You clearly see the conflict in his face. For a good 5 minutes, he mutters to himself, paces back and forth for a bit, and then turns around, very nervous, and goes, "Okay, you know what? There's gonna be no one there's gonna be no one in that part of the deck for about 10 minutes starting from now. If when the 10 minutes are passed there is no trace, I am not gonna say a word."
Sounds fair to me.
Okay. Then he goes away, shaking his head, and effectively after almost a minute after that, he sort of managed to get the rest of the crew away from the general area, so you can have fun.
What an indifferent fuck you that is. My God. That is so excellent. Who was going to ask the captain what the Minotaur's name was?
I don't actually know what the Minotaur name is. I'm sorry about that. We can find that out.
For how long they lasted. What was their name? Who would like to know? As he's like picking clean the bone.
Probably his name is Beef now.
Oh no.
Where is the beef? Awesome.
Beef will make a mighty weapon.
Okay, so what do you think you can do in 10 minutes, by the way?
Well, all I need to do is take the one leg. So all I need to do is do some carving, pop the hip bone. I don't need to craft anything now. I can do that later.
Okay, yeah, that can definitely be done in 10 minutes.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'll pop the leg off and I'll take whatever. Oh, I have an extra set of common clothes, so I'll take the common clothes that I have and just wrap it up and stuff it in my bag.
Okay, you're going to. Sorry, are you taking the entire leg or just like the bone, the femur? Like, I hate to ask these details, but I have to.
The whole leg. It's lunch too.
Hell.
Oh, holy fuck. Okay, that bag is gonna smell funny for a little while.
Smells like beef.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, after that's taken care of, okay, we'll get back to the spell later. As for Altana and Daret, anything else you are interested in around here?
I'm just gonna go around and find the rest of my party and just do like a quick check-in to make sure that they're all good. And unless somebody isn't, it's not something that like needs to be roleplayed or anything. But
Oh, okay. No, okay. It seems, I mean, unless any of you guys want to roleplay something with her, it seems everyone is fine. The one with the most extensive damage is, I mean, Saurian has 3/4 of the armor and part of the hair slightly barbecued.
she'll just look at him and go, "Well, you did do your best to get out of danger, so." Good
Yeah,
job.
you know what? You know what? And he whispers you this because he doesn't want too many people to hear. The funny thing is, apparently, whatever that was, but the burns do not go away immediately when I change form. So it's gonna take basically a couple other transformation before I stop looking like grilled meat.
Oh, well.
So whatever that was is very nasty.
Would that mean it's magical of some sort if it's affecting your transformations?
He goes, he mumbles as if he had something serious to say, and then after a couple of minutes he goes, hell if I know.
It's not my area of expertise. As long as you're okay, though.
Oh, well, I am. It doesn't hurt or anything. I just smell funny.
So does Carnifax, so don't worry about it.
Rude.
Oh.
Well, you smell funny now. You have a bag of beef.
Yep,
That's fair.
yep.
Oh my god.
Carnifax cannot say this is not absolutely true of Carnifax.
Whatever, man. I have lunch.
You are fortunately for you, we are in the open sea right now, or you will be starting to have flies around you.
I think Ubo tugs on the pirate captain's shirt or something. What was in the fire that was spewed on my good friend, on Ubo's good friends?
Honestly, it's not like I know the exact receipt of that, but let's say is the main component is a particular kind of plant oil from the west, from
Is there
far
excess
west.
of this oil Ubo may have in a pouch or doggy bag?
Doggy bag.
She seems slightly a mix of from amused and upset at the question. Then she shrugs and goes, I don't know, maybe if your friend didn't make it all explode, I mean, it's not completely liquid when it's made into the flamethrower fuel, but you can probably take a bit of that if you find it. You should be careful though, it's very, very flammable.
Ubo has always dreamed of causing fires. Excuse Ubo. And he's gonna go and try and collect whatever he can, if that's possible.
Yeah, you should basically sort of explore the relic. Probably someone is gonna ask you what are you going to do, and Saurian is gonna want to join you because of course he is.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. He's tagging along 100%. Ubo would like to cause fires. Preferably with mouth, but any other way is okay. Because dragons, you know.
Okay, at that point, Saurian sidesteps to be more or less a couple of meters away from you. Okay, go on.
Good friend, Soren.
Oh, okay.
In due time, Ubo can be patient, but it's good to gather materials now, while no fighting is occurring.
Well, I mean, explosions are cool, I guess. So yeah, I will accompany you searching for that. And off you go, basically, if no one else objects.
Who would object to Ubo starting fires? Come on. Come on.
So as for the other people, the two captains at one point summon you in the Emerian captain's quarters on the Emerian ship. And yeah, maybe after you have done all of that, I need Ubo to roll a percentile dice.
Ooh.
Let me know when you're done with that. Oh,
So
I found a way. Okay.
I'll roll 2 d10s, I guess.
Yeah.
One or the other? Okay. So there's the first one.
Or you can roll 1d100. Okay, so this one was for. Okay, so
you
this
know
one
what?
is 30.
I did not see the d100 option.
Oh, so 1 and 3. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so you managed to, by sorting in around the destroyed pirate ship, you managed to find enough of a paste, sort of paste-like substance. And basically there is one container that is still completely uncompromised. All of the others are either leaky or otherwise unreliable. And you basically find the one that is still intact.
Hell yeah. I scoop it. I scoop it up.
Okay, it's kind of probably about I'd say 2 kilograms of the stuff, tightly packed. It's kind. You would need to hold it with both hands.
Okay, so no dual wielding with this one.
Not with the entire container. If you want to open it, it's another. You will find a sort of weird sludge or paste. The consistency is like, let's say, 3/5 solid.
Okay. Cool. So I take that.
So it's more like a paste than a proper liquid.
Okay, that's cool. That means it can be applied to things. Absolutely love it. Take it. I'll show my party. Obviously, this is like pretty big. So it's like a group use, not just two use. Who has the bag? Who's carrying the bags?
I am not sure about that.
I would give it to my retainers for safekeeping, actually.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's a very good idea.
Yeah, I'll give it to my retainers and just let everybody know that's open access in the party if they want to get it. Just talk to Tokpa. He's the guy.
Okay, that's good.
I'll leave exploding things to you.
Yeah, definitely.
As we
Okay,
this thing, but that is a good decision.
Just talk to Tokpa if you want the napalm jam.
And 2 kilograms is like 4 pounds ish for Anthony.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow.
Should be around that. And so depending on the yield, it's actually potentially very dangerous. And so the summons from the captains, the reason that that you are being summoned is that there's some additional accommodations to be made, and Hawalo told the captain that he wanted you to be present for that. So the people in the room are the four of you, the Emerian Captain Alkir, Captain Hawalo, and Hazael, the spellcaster from earlier. And so basically he tells you that if you most of the pirates' loot is stuff that probably half of it is stuff that would need to be given back to Tammet and a few other ships. Some of it is Emerian, so that has been confiscated. If there has been any if there is something that interests your particular adventurer group in the possessions of the pirates, you can discuss about that. And the main thing the Captain Alkir wants to talk about, though, is the question of weaponry. On the table in the captain's quarter, there is the rifle used by the sniper before. And basically he tells you, and he speaks particularly to Althana for this one, because he knows that this is presumably a Kaji weapon, even though Emeria only had rumors and partial intel about the development of stuff like that. And basically he straight up tells you that under normal circumstances he would have confiscated this without even talking about that. And but given the debt he has towards you guys, he's he is willing to he's disclosing to you about the situation, and he proposes that he can. I'm sorry. I'm sort of getting stuck in my own head right now. Okay, so he asks. He basically right now is asking Althana if he's allowed to keep and study the weapon, or if she, as the Kaiji representative in the situation, wants it to be returned.
Would I know like the normal protocol for that type of thing? Are there any identifying marks on it or anything? Like, can I tell like what fleet it came from or anything like that?
You can tell. You can tell that it's a about 5-year-old prototype, probably from the Imperial Guard. So technically this is stuff that it shouldn't be. It's stuff that it shouldn't be really known or talked much outside of the Imperial Court and noble circles in Haokasha, because it's considered it's literally advanced, almost secret tech that is starting to be developed in the Empire.
Okay.
So the captain would normally just bring it back to Emeria, but as a sign of gratitude, he's saying that basically he will just ask you a couple of questions, not exactly about technical stuff, and if you can answer him up to three of these questions on the weapon, he's just going to not ask anything more and let you keep it and don't inquire further.
That sounds fine. Seems like a decent trade.
Darrett certainly supports keeping these weapons off the market, as somebody who was on the receiving end of one.
Yeah, the captain tells you that the issue is not the market actually, but the Emerian military, of course. And okay, so the reason for the terms the captain proposed is that he's technically unable to. I mean, he is not allowed to find something that important and come back completely empty-handed. So he's basically he's proposing to only have some useful information, but instead not he will not bring back the weapon to Emeria so that it could be eventually maybe reverse engineered or studied directly. And on that note, he also the two captains tell you that they agreed to not mention the Daughter of the Waves tribal canon that you have seen in use before, because that is apparently a Tammet prototype that shouldn't whose existence should not exactly have been public right now. But that is more since that is more directly about Tammet. The captain is basically having a separate conversation with Captain Hawalo about further diplomatic the diplomatic management of that and what Emeria can do in exchange for what Tammet can do in exchange for Emeria's discretion, etc. So the thing that calls you guys into question is that as an additional is that the captain told you that he is also that he can also reward you more, but in order to help you, he would need to know more about your mission. And for that, the captain Captain Hawalo wanted you to be present and to be the sort of responsible about what are you going to tell Captain Arkir and what I mean. I lost the ability to speak mid-sentence. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So our mission's supposed to be somewhat secretive, correct?
Yes. So yeah, basically Hawalo tells you separately that you cannot mention what you are carrying or why exactly. But you can give other circumstantial info, and also of course Saurian is not to be mentioned.
Of course. I'm gonna kind of try to discreetly move my party together and be like, I'm not necessarily interested in extra reward from saving a merchant vessel from pirates. We maybe don't even need to discuss this. But if you all are interested in reward, we should come up with something.
I'm more interested in getting, getting underway as fast as we can and get this over with. And I mean, an extra reward is nice, but
Okay, you see that while you are having this discussion, the American captain is also animatedly discussing with Azael, the red clad spellcaster, about what it can be. I mean about the situation. After a little bit, they ask you if you can at least tell them where are you going, where are you headed.
I think we can tell them the general direction. We're going that way.
Yeah, Hawalo says that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so as for the general direction, you mean exactly? I mean, we are going like southwest. Okay, so the moment you say that, there is an exchange of looks between the captain and Azael, and then Azael just bluntly asks, "Are you by any chances going towards the Crimson Atolls?"
Kind of look at the captain like, well.
The captain looks at Hawala looks at you, is kind of judging the situation, and then Azael pushes forward again. Because if that was the case, we definitely can do something very useful for you. And it would kind of, honestly, it would kind of balance the trade secret exchange we had up until now.
Okay, keep talking.
Azael looks at his captains, and Captain Alkir nods. Yeah, the point is that actually, I mean, you probably know that, but Emeria is the only major nation, the Emerian Enclave is the only major nations that actually mounted a couple of expeditions inside of the atolls. So, I mean, they are supposed to be kind of rich in resources, kind of strategically interesting, but, the whole dragon business has prevented much more inquiry into that. But yeah, you know that what he's saying is true. The Emerian Enclave is the one navy that has inquired the most into the Crimson Atolls, and they also kind of prevented other navies from trying to do that. And what everyone thought up to that point is that even though they tried, the Emerian Navy actually did not ever get into the interior belt of the atoll. And Azael right now is saying they actually have in a couple of occasions, which has resulted in an incomplete but substantially semi-reliable map of the region.
Well, a map would definitely be useful.
So if you are going to the Crimson Atolls, they can give you a sort of partially edited copy of the map. That it has everything that is the most important information that will. I mean, they are not omitting anything that will cause you to die.
We're not saying we're going to the Crimson Atolls, but we will take that map. Thank you.
I appreciate this. We appreciate this way of conducting the talk. Okay, so the map is now in the... Oh, it's also in the handouts, so I can show it to... Yeah, you're currently seeing on the screen, and I am putting it in all of your journals. But also at this point, so we can do this. If it loads... Okay, so this is the map.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, after these talks and formalities, the talk with the two captaincies concluded, and unless you have other stuff that you want to ask or talk about, you will be able to depart you will be able to take a bit of distance in the evening and then speed back for the atolls starting from next morning, the morning of day 5.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we're good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have the map. The rest of the day goes as discussed. Everyone goes back to. You all go back to the ship, help with some of the needed repairs, and you say goodbye to Hazael, the captain, the Amarian crew, etc. And as for the spell that Carnifax discussed with Azael during their talk, if you still did that, I will give the details of the spell to Will later during the break.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Anyway, it's a new 3rd level evocation spell.
I like spells.
Okay. So yeah, that said, you have the map. I wanted to ask you if you are going to show it to Thorian as well.
I don't see why not.
Yeah,
Oh.
might as well.
Okay. And what is up with that grade? Okay, it's kind of weird. Look at the hexagons, not at the squares. That's okay. Let's do it like this. Okay, good. That's better. Okay. Then I mean, here we go, and it's up to you for the next day and whatever else you wanna discuss. So we said we lost 1 day. Okay. So if barring anything, barring any circumstances, you are going to arrive at the Crimson Atolls at the you will be in the top right corner of this map, of the Crimson Atolls map. Yeah, more or less there, by the morning of day 8. And yeah, one hexagon is about 1 maritime mile, so more or less 2 kilometers. And in normal conditions, the Daughter of the Wave can I'm forgetting all the words today. Can sail for 6 axes in 1 hour.
Okay. 6 hexes, you said in 1 hour?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, normal condition. It's full speed, of course. It's when it can go full speed ahead. About 12 knots. Okay, so in the next days, I think the main thing that you are gonna be doing is trying to study the map with Vision, which is the first mate of the Daughter of the Waves, the elf that I mentioned last session. So you can have fun looking at the map and discussing it with Vision. Seems very, very interested and opinionated, very active in the conversation. So he suggests, I mean, his initial suggestion, which he argues a lot with the captain about, is that you should take the slightly longer route through what is called the Sea Drake corridor, going on either side of going on other side of this atoll here, and that will bring you to have your base, your anchorage between Sharkjaw and this island. And then you can make landfall presumably the next day in either part of the west coast of Mauna Hilani. While the captain instead is more interested in the possibility of going straight through the Evershift Strip. Because he's confident that if the conditions are right, the Daughter of the Wave can make it through before you get to the low tide. And judging from the rest of the map, I mean, after a couple of days of discussion, it's clear that apparently the two main options are the one fast but probably more immediately dangerous way, just because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. You have gotta be able to just speed through the strip, or to take it a bit more quietly and try to do a bit of the longer trip, but not risking the ship, not risking the ship in the same way. And they, I mean, if left to themselves, they are going to argue back and forth about it for almost the entirety of the journey up to day 8.
Yeah, Ubo is in favor of the fast way.
As is Carnifax. Speed is of the essence.
Okay.
And how bad could it be?
Would the fast way be the Evershift then, or?
Just a sec. Just a sec, excuse me. How much can you zoom into the... I mean, can you see and read the map smoothly?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. What are the names? Okay, so you're... excuse me. I have to do a thing on Roll20. I'm doing that. You can talk meanwhile.
Because our options are in the secret corridor is one, right? And that's has an abundance of large predators.
Apparently, yes.
So that's probably something else we should take into consideration.
I mean, the issue with the Sea Drake corridor is that Vizian and Mauhalo argue amongst themselves about what the cartographer meant for large.
Right.
Because especially Mawalo is worried that if by that if someone someone writes large animals on a map, on a map with this scale, large could mean large could be a really problematic word.
I mean, the combination of the suggestion of large predators and the corridor being called the Sea Drake Corridor does not fill Darrett with confidence that this will be an easy route to take.
Yeah, also the captain retorts that if there were things like straight up dragons or dragon turtles confirmed in that place, it would be much less vague. So they basically are arguing on the intention or of the cartographer, because one side is saying, oh come on, they just meant that it's not safe to that you are going to have lots of sharks or other. I mean, it's not safe to bathe in the water, but as long as you are on a solid ship. And the other is going, come on, you don't write large animals on a map if the on a sailing chart if the animals are not large enough to be a problem for ships. And they're going back and forth on this side of the argument. And on the other end, Vizian retorts that if anything goes wrong on the average shift strip, it's probably going to be even worse, because the daughter is gonna be stuck on the reef, which is probably not far enough from the corridor to be away from whatever problematic predators there are. Anyway.
So it kind of comes down to getting stuck on a reef or potentially fighting a sea turtle, at worst case with the Sea Drake corridor.
I mean, yeah, Vizian also. Vizian says that. Come on. If they had sighted actual dragon turtles or sea dragons, they wouldn't just be this vague. Probably the most dangerous that we can expect is some snake whale. And at which point Mahalo retorts that snake whales are half as long as the Daughter of the Waves. Which, oh, by the way, and here, shameless plug for my Dinosaur Diary, snake whale means mosasaur.
Gotcha.
Okay? Also, yeah, my mosasaur art is something that Saurian would definitely not like.
Is in favor of speed at all costs.
Let's see.
Really
Let's see if I do have. Okay, no, I can find it right now.
It's a risk we should take.
Excuse me? I didn't hear you very well.
It is a risk we should take to go the faster route, Ubo says.
Carnifax nods. I am in agreement. I like being the largest predator we have to deal with.
That's a position I respect. That's a position I respect.
Ubo
what?
Ubo silently nods, just thinking that he is the smallest predator, but doesn't say that out loud.
Yeah. Okay, wait a sec. Oh, by the way, I have just to show. I have a snake whale here.
Oh hell yeah!
I told you that Saurian would not appreciate the art.
I see why.
I also do not appreciate being eaten.
I was also thinking of Saurian when I drew that.
Oh.
Poor guy. Okay. So yeah, basically it seems that most of you are in favor of the average shift strip idea, which leaves Virian very very not happy. But he cannot really overrule all of you plus the captain at once, so he just goes to sulk for for almost the entirety of day 7 or day 6.
Wow, he did
Ubo's,
that really hard.
Ubo's definitely gonna like try and pat him on the back as best as he can, and just be like, "Yeah, have courage, friend. There could still be much adversity ahead, even after that."
Yeah, he starts muttering something. It doesn't seem very much. I mean, he seems very very upset about the issue. But thank you for your. He thanks you anyway. But I'm sorry, we're still at day 5 unless you. Will, did you receive my message on Roll20?
Yes. About
Okay,
the
good.
discoveries of the body.
Okay, good. I let you, as I told you last time, I let you take care of that with your time. So I mean, as you want.
Well, first, Carnifax.
Just excuse me. Just tell me you have days 5 to 7, because on the morning of day 8 you will be on the edge of the map, and you will be attempting to go through the Evershift Strip. And so you have anywhere from day 5 to day 7 included to do whatever you want with the info you have. Just tell me when you are doing it.
Okay.
When and where you are doing it.
Everything Carnifax does is going to be below deck. If anyone goes below deck, Carnifax is using his magical quill from his Order of the Scribes, and he's just written in white ink all over the walls all of his notes.
Okay.
He can erase it at any time. He assures the crew that he can get rid of it when they're done. But if you just go down there, there's just tons of notes scribbled all over the walls about the orb and the things that he's discovered.
I am assuming notes are in Draconic, since it's the one common language between you guys and one that the crew cannot read.
Correct.
Okay.
It is also his first tongue, so it's easiest for him to write.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
But yes, Carnifax will bring everyone down once they've decided that that's the way they're going to go, since they have a little bit of time, to request that the party join him below deck so that he can go over his notes more thoroughly with the rest of them.
I will join him.
Of course.
Same.
Saurian asks you if he can join.
Of course.
Before anyone else can speak, Ubo says, "Yes, of course, my friend."
Oh, thanks a lot. And the moment you all are, when you are below deck, when Saurian is below deck, he is in dragon form.
Hell yes.
I mean, right now, the closer you get to the atoll, the most likely he is to be in dragon form in general, because you are far enough from civilization. Okay, so you are all gathered in your quarters. By the way, do you all? I'm assuming you don't all sleep in the same place.
Probably not.
I would doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it, but Carnifax will also just sleep wherever he happens to fall.
Okay, you have you probably have 2 or 3 quarters, small quarters that you can dispose of, so you can arrange you guys in whatever disposition you come up with in that circumstance.
I did have one question for Carnifax. Does Carnifax have like an idea of privacy, or does he just not understand privacy? He'll just burst into rooms.
He is polite enough to knock before entering, but asserts his authority by being the apex predator by coming in anyway.
Oh my god.
So he knocks, then comes in. Nice, very nice.
Apex predator. Absolutely excellent.
Yeah.
So yes, he does understand privacy, but whatever, if you tell him don't go somewhere, he won't go there. He will respect that sort of boundary, but if there's not that boundary put into place, he will knock and then he will walk in as he is knocking. There's no pause.
I think that in your clan, probably rank, one of the defining factors of rank is which one of 2 individuals can enter the house of the other without permission. Probably works that way.
Oh, that's even better because you're the apex predator. So you barge in on me. That's freaking rude, dude. I can go out. It's fine.
Okay, good. Okay, so the moment you you convene in whatever is the place that Carnifax uses as its main den at this point on the ship
A mess hall. This is strange.
to discuss the notes. I don't even know if he bothers to actually sleep on the bed.
Just wherever he decides he's tired.
Okay. Okay, so please, it's scene is yours.
So Carnifax will go over to the first one and go, well, to recap, the item requires attunement by a Serenian cleric, which can then be transferred to whoever they deem to be king. But I found that theoretically we could bypass the species restriction for attunement, so I might be able to brute force my way in. Now, there's multiple layers of
excuse me. One thing about this particular fact is that you think that it would be probably bypassing the attunement could be way easier with forms of divine or primal magic than arcane. Because it's a fundamentally a clerical object.
He'll mention divine or primal will make this easier, but I'm more stubborn than the orb, I'm sure. Even if it is not true, Carnifax believes it to be true.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, I mean, you're intelligent enough to know that it's very uphill.
Yes. The object appears to have a number of spells protecting it, or that can be activated from it. There's a divination spell that can apparently capture the likeness of someone that is not the caster, that directly touches the object by locking to their aura. A certain kind of silk, which I have not discovered, can block this, as can lead, and the spell will hold the likeness of the person indefinitely until dispelled by the caster or by putting the object back where it was. And then the object can sort of see through invisibility, disguises, or any other way to dissimulate the creature's true appearance. Then there also appears to be an evocation spell that sends the likeness captured by the former magic, sort of by activating a sort of trap sensor, like you pass through a location or something which then sends the likeness of the captured creature's image. I'm not really sure exactly what this would do. I need to do more research. And then there's an abjuration spell that protects these from, I assume, dispelling or discovering, since it took me so long to figure anything out. Currently, I'm not strong enough to dispel any of its magic. It requires spells of 6th level or higher, preferably 8 if you want anything substantial to happen. But it obviously hasn't stopped me from tampering with it entirely. In fact, I have figured out that someone has been tampering with this. I am absolutely certain that someone's likeness has been captured and canceled twice, in fact, before coming to our hands. And that right before the mission briefing, a third person seems to have been captured on the device, which means someone has been attuned to this item recently before handing it off to us.
When correcting slide, okay, let's see if I written the note in a way that it's confusing for. Okay, yes. Apparently, as you said, Carnifax is positive that a likeness has been captured and cancelled twice from the eye. And after the second cancellation, no one touched the item unprotected until mission briefing.
Yes.
Which means that the item captured the image of someone, that likeness was cancelled, the item captured another image, and that likeness was cancelled, and then mission briefing happened, during which, if you can remember, everyone make an intelligence check.
Okay.
Just straight intelligence?
Straight intelligence. Oh, you can make investigation. It can be investigation. I'm also saying it to Anthony. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Just a sec. How is... Ah, okay. Okay. Just a sec. Because at that point, Darret is particularly. I mean, something is just clicking in his mind. Thinking about the last bit of information. Okay, sent it on Roll20.
So Carnifax,
Yes.
You touched the orb, right?
I did.
I mean, it was in a container, etc. But you touched the orb during the briefing, right? So would it not be your likeness that was captured?
Oh.
Carnifax will sort of reach into his bag and pull the orb out and stare at it and go, "You bastard."
Yep, that's correct. Excuse me for a sec.
To dare it and go. Thank you for the in.
Okay, one more in the chat.
Yeah, they were very, very careful with the orb to handle it in its box or draped in this piece of cloth.
Yeah, the item was inside a wooden box that probably had some kind of lining, but you're not sure about that. Inside the box that was this very fine drapery around the item, and Milewa, the attendant of Noble Kurtuvian, the moment she opened the box, and Davet is remembering that you only saw the draping, then she took the draping and showed the item. And the moment you saw the spy in all of that chaos, Carnifax was the first one to put unprotected hands on the orb. Which,
I guess that's that.
yeah, so at this point, both Carnifax and Dart, and then everyone else, you are sure that the orb is, if this is the situation, the orb is currently holding the likeness of Carnifax.
I'll have to do more research. This is interesting.
And also that it will presumably send it the moment you pass through whatever sensor you need, whatever place you need to pass through.
Well, I wonder what will trigger it and who will get to see me. Could be a problem.
Oh, it definitely could. It most likely could. Oh, okay, Anthony's back. Okay, we're about to go on break anyway. Hello, bye, Anthony. Hi, Anthony, I should have said. Okay, so what did you miss before we go on break? Basically, most of the... We cannot hear you right now.
Sorry
Okay.
about that. I missed just about everything that Carnifax was talking about.
Okay, so main thing, then we are going to take a 10-minute break. I mean, honestly, if you don't have to, we can just take the break now, and I can brief you in if you're staying in for a sec, and I will go grab a glass of water, etc. Okay, so we are taking a break for yeah, about 10 minutes. We'll be back at 1640 and go on with the adventure. So stay tuned. The ones of us who will stay here will be available. You can write in the chat. Stay tuned and see you in 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, so right now the call is no longer on screen. Okay, Anthony, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, if you have 1 second, I will fill you in on this one. Basically, Carnifax described all of the spells that he found active on the orb, its native purpose, and the most interesting piece of information was that there are 2 spells on the orb working in conjunction, and one captures the likeness of a person that touches the orb, and it goes through invisibility and disguises. Okay.
Right.
So the moment. Sorry.
That one I had heard actually.
Okay. So the moment you touch it, your image is registered, and then another spell that is triggered by entering in proximity of some sort of sensor. Another spell sends the captured likeness somewhere.
Ooh, okay.
After that, the most crucial piece of info is that Carnifax is sure that the item has been tampered with, because those spells are extremely difficult to outright dispel, but they have been somewhat tampered. And in particular, Carnifax thinks that an image was captured by the orb and then was cancelled, at least twice.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry,
someone.
Give me 1 sec.
No problem.
I got somebody knocking on my door real quick. I'm sorry. Give me 1
Yeah,
second.
okay. I gotta catch some. I'll be drinking.
So sorry about that.
Okay, so if Will is here, I can either tell you about the spell or write you, whatever you prefer. Okay, seems not to be here right now.
Oh, sorry. Got back.
Oh no, no problem.
You can send me through text. I think that might work, and then I'll just read through it.
About the info on the orb.
Right, because you already told me that it can cast the image of a person who touches it, and then send that image somewhere.
Yeah, since every one of you saw the notes of Carnifax anyway, you can just check it in the Roll20 journal. Now it's visible to all players. You click on Eye of the King, you should be able to see everything.
Okay.
Basically, the most important thing is that since the image has been cancelled twice, now the likeness of Carnifax, which was the first one to touch it after the second cancellation, is registered in the orb. Also, I have to send the spell to Will. And I'm doing that now. He's gonna have a prototype version that we will update. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Oh, okay. Okay, I have to check one more thing. Hmm. Oh, I have to correct one detail.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, Will, are you here again?
I am indeed.
Okay, I sent you on Discord the details about the spell. So I could definitely word it better. So if you have any questions on that, definitely ask away. But after if you basically Azael gave you a scroll, no, not exactly a scroll, a part of his notes. He gave you his note and basically all of the technical study he did while while creating the spell. It's written in a very peculiar format, so if you can do a DC 15 Arcana check once you have one attempt for day. If you succeed on the check, you can copy the spell in your spell book with the usual rules and expenditure of materials. Okay.
Alrighty, sounds good to me.
Okay. And let me know if how you like it and if everything seems clear and understandable about it. So, oh, okay, we're almost ready to start. Is everyone here?
Yep. I think so. Oh, maybe.
Okay. Ooh, I see someone. I see a friend, a friendly tail. Oh no, no. I have to get back to. Okay, maybe I can catch it. We didn't catch it on camera. Okay.
Yeah, she
Oh, it's a she.
sometimes walks by. Yes.
Oh, okay. That's cute. Oops. Here she is again. Okay, we got company for. We got our familiar for this
What's
session.
that?
Okay.
It's a tortie.
Oh, I love
Whoop.
tortillas.
I love how we just see the tail. Just walks about with her tail up.
I'll post a photo in Discord.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so are we ready to get back?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so we'll start back from where we were. The discussion on the Eye of the King and its functioning happening somewhere around the end of the evening of day 5. As, Sorian is both baffled and preoccupied about the news, but it doesn't really understand what he should make of any of it. So he just watches in amazement as you talk about it. So we had Carnifax just reveal the thing about the image capturing and be a little offended at the eye, comprehensibly, understandably. I mean, okay. Okay, so yeah, up to you.
Well, yes, that could be problematic. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to scrub my image from the object, unless hitting it works, but I don't want to break it on purpose.
Yeah, also there is the issue that even if you were able to do that, you do not have lead containers or that specific silk on board. So whoever touches the item again is going to just is going to have their likeness imposed on it the moment they do that.
That could be a problem. That's a problem for future us.
Yeah. So basically, maybe if you get to aggressively try to dispel it, you might be. But at that point, the moment someone touches it, but it's gonna be very difficult anyway. You can tell that by the strength of the rest of the spells, probably either the casters who canceled the image were very powerful themselves, and very powerful in this case means more powerful than you, or they had the assistance of either materials and components or items that you don't have. So something that could enhance their abjuration capacity.
Fair enough.
So you most likely just have to deal with the fact that Carnifax is currently portrayed by the spell in the orb. Whatever that entails.
Well, it happened, so I guess we just get to move forward with that information.
Mm-hmm.
How hard, how bad could it be?
It all depends on what does exactly the sending spell do. Because if you were to, you also, since the sensors are not part of the item, you have no idea where the sensors are, and so you have no idea when the image of Carnifax could be sent and where. I mean,
there's really not much we can do about that except for speculation at this point. And, Ubo thinks that we'd better spend our time, we'd spend our time better if we just focused on what we can handle and tackle like right now, as opposed to like theory crafting what the use of that might be. He's trying to psych himself up for a dragon turtle encounter or some crazy monster encounter.
Apparently you have decided to go through the Evershift strip anyway. So, speaking about that, the morning of the day after, the morning of day 6, Captain Hawalo asks particularly Dareth if he knows any wind-related spells that could maybe help If he knows any spell that could help with the actual speeding through the Evershift strip.
I mean, I think I have control wind.
Could be. You could see the specifics on that, because basically he's trying to ask you if you can somewhat work as a weather mage, which was what Azael was doing on the Amarian ship, by the way.
I'm looking through the Darret spells to see, what would be appropriate.
Carnifax, you can make your Arcana check for day 5 for the coping of the new spell.
Alrighty, let's roll some dice. Dirty 20.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so you can copy, you can understand and copy the spell, no problems. You are kind of bothered by the fact that Azael's notes and arcane scribing are very messy.
There's no organization.
Also, they are just weird. They are just weird. Apparently, half of them is in some form of primordial. The other half is in academic draconic. It seems to you that this guy, after studying the spell, you start to suspect that the guy could be both a sorcerer and wizard, because this spell was crafted in a very strange manner.
Well, so long as I can use it.
Yeah, you can use it. You are very intelligent, and you have you are able to get your way with the spell after a couple hours of study and whatever is necessary to copy it. So from day 6 onwards, if you spend the necessary golden time, you can prepare the spell.
Just need to see how much I need to spend. I'll definitely do that.
Oh, then I do need okay. If you don't want to do anything more in particular before day 8, then we are going to get to our exploration. On which map am I? Okay, so this is a token. Oh, okay. Okay, I have to move this one. So I do not look at the stream screen right now, because otherwise the fog of war is kind of useless.
Heard that.
Okay, so can we just go to the beginning of day 8, or are there any other questions that you'd like to discuss?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay. If anyone wants to change their prepared spells, of course, do it.
What I'm working on right now.
Okay.
All my spells.
The monk.
Okay, so you steal of the... okay, you still, all of you agree that you are going through the Evershift strip.
I believe so.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so... one of you, decide one of you that is going to roll a percentile dice. Pick the one.
Derek.
Okay, just a sec. Okay, so on the dawn of day 8, the sky is clear. Everything seems the sea is beautiful. The air is warm. There is not much wind, so I mean you have the wind mostly in your favor, though it is not the fastest or most active wind you could have. So the Daughter of the Waves will probably go slightly below top speed. So it's gonna be able to do between 4 and 5 hexes per hour. And you are going for the Evershift strip. So you are basically, excuse me?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you are basically going to have how many axes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Okay, 3 hours from dawn. Yeah, in 3 hours from dawn, you are gonna be on the edge of the strip, and you are gonna be facing. You are gonna be starting. You will start to go from the major to high tide. And after that, it's gonna be another 3 hours before it's effectively low tide.
And we want to cross that patch in the high tide, right?
Yeah, you have to do it at least you have to be at least on high tide, because at low tide right now you are seeing yeah, just gonna bring you there because that's what you're gonna be able to see from the ship. Okay, you're gonna be let's say about here when you can start making out. When you see these patches here where it's kind of cream colored, you can tell some part of the reef is gonna be partially exposed at low tide, and even more so at the minor tide. So it's gonna be dangerous to navigate around during anything that is not the major tide. But if you are still here during low or even worse minor tide, you are just gonna get stuck. Okay, so you can just what's the angle you are going to try and traverse this? If you can show me maybe with the ruler. Oh, also, maybe we should... Okay, switching map for a second. At this point you are about here. Oops. You're about here. So ignoring the distances because this ruler obviously does not have the right unit. If you use the ruler, do I see your line? Okay, yes. Okay, so since Altana is the one with sailing experience, she's gonna be the most active part in this. What's your starting from here? Excuse me. Starting from here, what's your vector to try and go through the strip?
These areas are where it's like more like shallower, right?
Yeah, all of this lighter patch is some level of quite shallow water. Perhaps this internal strip here that is partially covered by the description is supposed to be especially shallow. So this internal strip, like here, here, and here, this patch is presumably the place, the zone in which it's most dangerous to be when tide is lower.
Well, right here is kind of the smallest bit of that area we can go through, like going.
Yeah, according to the map, it seems so. So
From like there to there.
oh, okay.
Oh, right.
No, use your ruler. No problem.
Well, from right like this chunk to this chunk is the narrowest bit of that really shallow part. So trying to go through there would probably be a good idea.
Okay.
Something like that.
How much close do you want to be to whatever this is?
Well, Ubo, how much do you want to fight a dragon?
So much. So like there's like 10 Ubos worth of want.
Saurian is it's wagging its tail at that notion, by the way. Who we're gonna fight? We're gonna fight another dragon?
I say
Ubo.
try to avoid it, but if it comes to it, it's probably fine. They're very excited about it, so
Of course, only if necessary.
Only if necessary. Okay. Okay, so normal condition, you guys are setting the route and try to take the atoll full speed ahead and try to take the average shift strip full speed ahead. I am gonna need a dexterity check from Altana, water vehicles. You can roll stealth like you did the other time because the proficiency is the same.
alrighty. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me roll sleight of hand because I have advantage with stealth and it auto rolls.
Oh, okay.
It's the same. There we go.
Hell yes.
Thankfully, I am fairly dexterous.
Okay. Okay, so basically you go full speed ahead, and the help of Altana is essential in recognizing and avoiding dangerous patches. And whoa. I'm using the wrong thing. While basically Altana coordinates with Rize, the guy with the hippogriff, to do reconnaissance. And you are able to get about here, so mostly outside of the very dangerous zone, without many issues. And at that moment, when you are around here, and it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, about half an hour. Oh, is there some issues with my microphone?
Oh, I can pick up.
Okay, no, because I see that Hein is typing. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, you get about here.
Okay.
And I keep... Okay, the cursor keeps behaving funnily. And so, when you arrive about there with relatively no issues, you have... what's the distance? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, judging from the... I mean, if you do nothing else to... Yeah, with the conditions, here it's a couple of hours, so about the limit of the tide. In... yeah, you're gonna be out of the strip in less than half an hour. But basically, right after you get out of it, it will be almost impossible for the rest of the day to get out that same way. So you will fully be in the inner circle of the atoll. And when you are arrived at that point, Rize, the hippogriff rider, comes back to the ship and reports that okay. Oh.
I didn't like the sound of that.
And reports that he has made a couple of troublesome sightings. Because he has seen a number of flying things around. He has seen a number of flying things around here of various sizes. Here, this point is basically a pillar. Not much unlike the one Saurian had his nest on. Just taller, darker, more irregular. And Rize tells you that he sighted a lot of flying stuff around that pillar of various sizes. Most of the flying creatures were mostly black in color, and one of them was that was small, honestly quite smaller than the black flying creatures, but it was definitely red. It was definitely bright red in color.
What does that tell us?
What does tell you guys? You can make whoever is competent can make a nature or arcana check.
I do not think that is my area of expertise.
I didn't hear Altana.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying I do not think that is my area of expertise.
Okay.
I
Oh.
would like to ask about it. If that looks like a red dragon or something, if he would be familiar.
Carnifax, I mean, from the description that Rize gave him of how it was, how it flew, and etc. Yeah, Carnifax is definitely leaning towards Red Dragon, and Dareth also thinks. Also, Carnifax is going for Red Dragon, Wyrmling to Young. Not exactly sure of the size because Rize is not sure anyway. And Dareth is quite convinced that the pillar is some sort of wyvern nest. If they are indeed black, that's kind of worrisome because the color scheme that Rize described is a very rare brand of wyverns that live mostly around the equator and in tropical environment. And these wyverns do not have stingers, but they can shoot poison from the tail instead.
Rad.
So they are a sort of if those are actually those might be Senrek wyverns, which are sort of cobra-like, mostly black, and they have this gland on the tip of the tail that they can squeeze and spray poison with. And they are smaller than regular wyvern, but of course the ranged attack is kind of problematic.
Okay.
Well, if it was easy, they wouldn't need us now, would they?
Probably.
Absolutely.
Probably. I mean, depends. If you were to sail any closer than you are right now, probably they would attack. Not to eat, but just because they are quite territorial and simple-minded.
Gotcha.
So as for you are very close to a wyvern nest, and there's a smallish red dragon going around.
Alright.
And on that note, I need to check something. I need to check something. Oh, okay. On that note, yeah, since Altana is the one that was assisting the captain with maneuvering and Vizian, etc., she's the closest to a spying glass in the moment Rize is making his report, and also Vizian sort of taps you on the shoulder and hands you the spying glass to. Basically, Altana, you just realize that something is currently flying more or less towards your ship.
Can I make out what that thing is, or is it just something flying?
Perception check?
Perception check.
What do your half-elf eye see?
Hell yes. Oh no, wait. That was another one. Never mind.
They see nothing.
Oh.
Okay, so apparently the sun is not on your side right now, so you will not be able to see the color for a bit more.
Oh no.
I'll look
Stephanie.
over at Ubo and be like, well, it looks like you might be getting a fight. Maybe with the dragon, we'll see.
What? Where? Where is the dragon?
I'll point it out and be like, I'm not sure you can see it without the spyglass, but you're welcome to take a look.
Can I make a perception check?
Yes.
Yeah. Ubo. He's got a +1. Let's see.
Oh.
I think that Ubo getting a nat 1 like that, he's so excited, he just takes the spyglass and stabs his eye. fully
the-
stabs his eye.
So wait, was the actual result the 2?
The actual result was a 2, but that's a nat 1.
Okay, well, you definitely stabbed your eyes with the...
I somehow stabbed both of them.
Ouch! Hey, boss,
Ah!
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 Okay, so none of you guys apparently.
The dragon has cast a spell on Ubo. Ah! Ah!
Okay. So you are not going to be asking the question for much longer, though, because whatever it is, it's kind of speeding in your direction, and always with and as it speeds in your direction, you can make up a bit more of the shape and general color. So yeah, the first thing you were able to notice is that it has definitely 4 limbs besides the wing.
Okay.
And on an estimate, it seems slightly bigger than Saurian, but not that much.
Okay. Alright.
And by the way, so yeah, it's a smallish red dragon. He's basically just charging straight for the ship right now, and and that's when things get kind of worrisome, because after the moment is fully in view and the alarm starts to go around the ship, and how Wallo tries to steer the ship in such a way that you get out of there the fastest possible, the dragon roars, and roars, it screams something, and there's a flash of light, and you hear Saurian roaring back and taking flight.
Oh. Shit.
no.
That's not good.
Well, we
I-
have to help him.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and you also have to roll initiative.
Ooh, shit.
Can I hand something to Ubo before this thing fully barrels down on us?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will reach into my bag and I will pull out the club that I made with the Minotaur femur and hand it to Ubo and go, "You might need this."
Oh, I'm loving this. Okay, just wait a second because I'm organizing the battle map.
And for Ubo, it's basically just a Minotaur femur with the hoof strapped to it, and then little shards of bone, basically making a giant meat tenderizer.
God, I love that.
That's sick. Is that a two-handed weapon though?
It is no, it's a one-handed club.
Where is the...
Okay. Alright, alright.
Okay, Carnifax is here. I'm not finding the Ubo token right now.
I can send another one out.
No, it should be on the map, so it's... Okay, found it. I'm changing map in a second.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I'll have all of you guys here. And then we're going to go back to a further view. I'm gonna take everything that is not relevant to this. Oops. I'm gonna take oh no, not like this. I'm gonna take everything that is not relevant to this fight and just hide it. Okay, better like that. This one too. Okay. Now we are on the GM layer. Oops. Okay, so this one needs to go on the token layer. This one too. Oh, please. Okay, just a sec. Just a sec. I'm gonna be here, I swear.
No worries.
Okay. Should be okay. I'm gonna have everything in the. Okay, here we go. Oh, so we have the hippogriff as well. Oops. Oh, please. What is it? What? Oh, okay, okay, that's why. Okay, so you're here. Here's the red dragon. Here's Saurian. Let's put him a bit further, though. Okay. So everyone rolled initiative. I also need Saurian. Oh, come on. Okay. So as the music just stopped, okay. Okay. Okay, so first in line is Altana.
Isn't Carnifax first?
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the. Okay, the green confused me. Okay, Carnifax, definitely.
Okay, let's see.
Do you want it in feet? Yeah.
That's good. I can math.
Okay.
Poorly, but I can math.
Okay, it's in feet now. Just easier.
Alright. So first things first, since it is within range, I will pull out my spellbook, use it as my focus.
Okay.
And I will cast Magic Missile at 3rd level. And using my spellbook's feature, I will turn the damage type into lightning damage.
Oh,
I have
that's
another
cool.
spell in my book that says lightning.
Okay.
What a bonkers ability. I love it.
That's an amazing ability, yeah. Okay.
3, so I have 5d4 plus 1 each.
Okay, so how much damage is that?
Let's see. Uh, 14 damage in total.
Okay, so your lightning darts sort of fly around Saurian and home in on the dragon, and they hit him, and the first two hit and sparkle crackle of the scales clearly hurt the dragon, and then the small dragon roars, flashes with blue light, and apparently seems to absorb part of the energy of the other two darts. And he is now now seems to have a bit of lightning crackling around his own wings. And at that point, yeah, it's Altana's turn. Unless you have something else to do.
Since I've made myself a little bit of a target by electrocuting him, I'm gonna move myself over here just so that I'm not standing in front of any allies, just in case he wants to throw something nasty at me. And then that will be it for me.
Okay. Okay, so Althana, let's go.
Okay, well, that dragon's pretty far out of my range. Can I
Yes, if someone else does it with you, you can load and fire in the same turn.
Okay. Is there like a crew member or something nearby?
There's Ubo. You can call for someone. Let's see. I think there is a good chance that you have.
Ubo only has a hand crossbow, so he is way out of range. He is super willing to help.
Okay, so since Ubo is next in the initiative order, so maybe you can load it, and then Ubo can fire on his next turn.
That works for me. So I'll just look over at Ubo and be like, give me a hand with this. I'll load it, you fire, and then I'll start moving.
Okay, so you're ballistaing right now. Okay. So at this point, the dragon. The dragon moves. Yeah. Dragon circles a bit around Saurian and the ship, and then roars again. Oh, my microphone! And then roars again, and there is he roars again, and three streaks of apparently reddish pure energy fly from its wings against Carnifax. So yeah, it's a magic missile.
Alright, cool.
Apparently, so he just goes, he flaps his wings, and from the tips of the wings there is this sort of lasers. And so it's 2, 4. Okay, it's 9 force damage on Carnifax.
9 force damage, okay.
And then he tries to circle back a bit and take some distance. After that, Ubo and Altana can shoot.
Awesome. So I just make a... What roll is that for me? Would that be like a... Would it be my crossbow?
No, it's you did it. Yes, you did it the other time. It's +6.
+6. Okay. So I'll use the in-game dice. Ubo can attack twice in a row with his main weapon, but when he's firing,
Yeah.
like this, one action, right?
Yeah. So it's
Ubo, we're very sorry.
splash. So at this point we have Saurian, who just wastes no time and closes in on the other dragon and lightning breaths against him. The attack. Excuse me?
Kick his ass, Saurian.
Saurian is taking your warning to heart, and it seems that the red dragon dodged most of the lightning but got hit by part of it nonetheless. And basically it's hit by a couple of bolts, and again when the second bolts arrive he has that blue flash and seems to retain part of the energy of it. At that point it's the Rize on the hippogriff that takes off, trying to go and help Saurian. So they both try to basically melee the dragon in flight. And it doesn't go that well, basically. They, of course, inconvenience it, but it just flies better than them. Just maneuvers better than an hippogriff with someone on its back. Okay, so now it's Darret.
Not sure I can do a lot because it's out of range from most of my spells. Do you think a fog cloud could help?
The main issue with fog cloud is that it is static and that it impairs the vision of everyone involved. Oh, also, Dareth, you do know that... No, make an Arcana check. Okay, okay, you do know that the dragon has about 10 feet of blind sight.
Okay, yeah, yeah, that's not gonna fly.
Literally. Yeah, what you would most likely obtain with a fog cloud is make it harder for Rize.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna. I don't have any ranged weapons. And the ice knife spell has a range of 60 feet, so that's not gonna fly either.
I am sorry, but I did not hear what Altana had to say.
Oh, I was just wondering how far away he was right now. I was just checking on the map.
Okay.
I think it's, let's see,
About 80 feet from the side.
Yeah, yeah, so that's 20 feet too far for ice knife. I know, I think Dareth is going to move to the other ballista and we'll start loading it up.
Okay. Someone joins you and from the crew joins you and fires after you load it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, and apparently this guy, which by the way, no, this guy is not a guy, is the cook. She's apparently a good shot as well, because it actually hits. And it kind of grazes the main body of the dragon, which barrels a bit around the hippogriff, then roars in pain and anger, and then it's back to Carnifax.
Alrighty, let's see. He's still within range, so I will hit him again. Magic missile, convert it to lightning. So let's see. Just easier to do it manually, and I totally forgot to add +1 for each of my dice last time, so my numbers are going to go up this turn. There we go. Well, sort of up. Up by 1. So 15 damage from my magic missile this time.
Okay.
Also, again, at level 3.
Okay, more or less the same thing before happened. He's clearly hit. So at that point, there is another ear-piercing roar from the dragon, and he. Okay. So basically, he roars, aggressively opens its wing, and basically dives past the hippogriff. And both the hippogriff and Rize miss it with the attack. And so he manages to... He didn't even try to dodge or disengage, actually, just blasted through, and they were kind of unfortunate. And he goes straight against the ship. And... okay. He basically comes... Okay, yeah, he comes straight here. He was here before, so the distance traveled is... okay. Straight here, and Darret and Carnifax, you have a dexterity check. DC 13. Because he's breathing fire.
So that's a safe. Dexterity save.
Dexterity save. Sorry. I'm gonna roll this one on roll 20.
Aye. You hate to see it.
I'm rolling the damage you are... Okay, no one of you made the save. Fantastic. Okay, it's... Oh, wow. It's 23 fire damage to each of you. And the ballista is on fire.
All right. I'm at a crisp, cool 6.
And with the... Fantastic. And with the last movement remaining, the dragon sort of tries to position himself between the sails and the mast. So currently it has cover from Ubo and Altana, but not from Carnifax and Darret. And at this point, next in line is Altana, speaking of which.
Duke, I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah, I guess I'll just load this, I think. Maybe, well, but you said he has cover, right?
Yeah, the point is that you would have to shoot through the sail. And also aim through it.
Definitely don't want to do that. I'll go ahead and load again, and I'll look at Ubo and go, maybe don't shoot through the sail, though. Try to hit him when he comes out from behind.
Yeah. Ubo will ready a shot for any sign of movement.
Okay, about that, Hawalo just rolled spectacularly on what he was trying to do given the situation. You hear a couple of shouts you hear shouting, the ship moves rather harshly, and at that point the mast sort of combined movement of the mast and the ships and the sails starts being wrapped by a couple of sailors there. So basically, in a matter of seconds, they manage to pull the sail up in such a way that the red dragon is basically not covered anymore. So thanks to Altana, which loaded fast enough, Ubo can shoot.
Okay.
You could shoot the ballista, or it's quite close, so you could shoot your own stuff as well.
She already readied it for me. It definitely does more damage than my old little hand crossbow. As Ubo fires this, he's gonna just yell in Draconic, Ubo admires your cunning and ferocity. Unfortunately, and then he fires.
Okay, this hits.
What's the damage on this?
The damage of... What is that weapon, a hand crossbow?
Well, no, I was using the ballista, because I'm a +7.
Oh, the ballista. Okay, I'm sorry. The ballista damage is 1 second. Wow. The ballista damage is 3d10.
Fuck yeah. And that's just no pluses to that? No bonuses?
No. Straight up 3d10.
Woo! Okay, sick. Nice. I got 1/1, but that's 18 damage on this sucker.
Okay, so... oh, come on. Okay, so the dragon moves instinctively, trying to sort of curl up into a ball and using all of its limbs to...
Well,
yeah.
wait, I think Ubo at this point also is going to look at Althana and say, we should now split up. And he's gonna try, seeing that he got his friends got barbecued before. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's gonna go over here, and then just get out his weapons, undo his whip and all that.
Okay.
Just not a good idea.
Okay, so at this the moment the shot hits, but basically the bolt is going for the dragon. He goes like this with all of its limbs plus wings to try and sort of somewhat limit the impact because he cannot dodge. And he halfway is able to do that. Like it's clearly pierced in the chest, and
Nice.
basically it's hit. It gets hit very bad. It doesn't. The bolt does not remain stuck in, but you can see a good amount of blood, and it basically wraps himself in its own wings and lets himself fall into the water.
Oh shit! Okay.
And
He's gonna get away. He's gonna get away.
yeah, apparently in the moment he does that. Let me look at the initiative. Who's up now? Okay, Ubo. Okay, Ubo shot. Okay, the moment he does that, Saurian starts starts flying towards the water near the ship, and just dives straight up, dives underwater and starts speeding for the dragon, which at that point has a kind of unexpected reaction because he immediately reemerges from the water, clinging to the side of the ship with its claws, curls up, wings open in a sort of defensive position, and then he goes in Draconic. You better not try to kill me if you want to remain alive.
Why did you attack us? You instigated.
You're kind of okay. No, he clearly shouted, so you're shouting. You don't even see each other right now. What kind of questioning is that? You are in my territory.
Well, one could give a better warning than instant violence. You could talk to us? Are you not surprised that we can speak your language? Surely that is impressive.
I am not interested nor impressed by such lowly invaders. And you should be very, very careful. And try to not hurt me further if you don't want to bear the full rage of my mother.
The first steps on the road to friendship are to know each other's names. This one is Ubo Ordo. If you would come on the ship, would you tell Ubo your name?
Okay, someone should probably... okay, I'm assuming some of you is stopping Saurian from attacking, because Saurian was obviously coming from underwater, so he didn't hear much of the exchange.
I'm assuming he can't hear jack shit.
Okay, good.
That's why I'm trying to get the red dragon on the ship.
And okay, so the moment that Saurian comes out of the water, the red dragon springs up and sort of jumps on deck between you guys, and still keeping his wings open. He goes, "I told you guys, it's not good for you to try and hurt me further than this. So keep your allies in check."
Sorry and good friend. Oh, Ubo would like to know this one's name.
Oh, so what? He attacked us like this, and I should just let him do whatever he. I mean, we were beating the crap out of him until a couple seconds ago. Why should we stop?
In fairness, if we had treated you this way, we would not have become such good friends, sorry.
I did not ever attack. I mean, it's not the same by any stretch of the imagination. Why are we even comparing things?
Just hear what he has to say for now.
I have nothing more to say than what I just said. You will let me go, and you will leave my domain alone.
Sorry, no can do.
Carnifax is gonna peel some crispy scales off and go, I don't think so.
Excuse me?
Carnifax is going to peel some of his crispy scales off and go, I don't think so.
Well, whatever you do, in defiance of my orders, you are doing it at your own risk. This is the domain of my mother, and neither she nor me will tolerate any intrusion.
Your mother is Loli Kolani, correct?
Yes, my mother is the Scorcher Queen, you lowly invader.
You misunderstand. Ubo is not invader. Ubo comes from long line of proud people. We always search for dragons to learn from them. Ubo has heard of your great mother and would like to learn under her tutelage. These are my traveling companions. We are not invaders.
My mother shall not be disturbed, and you shall not go any further. I will now leave, and I will not listen to any of this. Attack or fight me at your own peril.
Jared is going to shoot an ice knife to this dragon just to show that he's not afraid.
How bad is this dragon looking, by the way, health-wise?
It probably another 1 or 2 ballista bolts might just do him in.
Okay.
He is slightly bigger than Saurian, but not by.
A 3rd level spell slot to blast him with an ice knife.
Okay, so you're actually attacking him straight away. Okay, good. Please do.
Let's see. I must make a ranged spell attack.
Yes, I think. I don't remember this spell very well.
Yes. So I hit armor class 19.
Yes. Yes, you do. Okay, so how much damage is that?
Let's see. When you cast this spell using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, the cold damage increases by 1d6. So the damage is 9, and then there's 3d6 of ice damage when it explodes. So I'll.
Oh crap!
Such a fucking good spell. I goddamn love ice knife. My god.
It is. It's a damn good spell.
Such a good fucking spell, man. Oh.
Okay, so it's 18 damage total.
Yeah, that's another.
So he takes 1d10 damage.
Okay.
It must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. The dexterity save is 23.
Yeah, so he saves because the DC is 14. So then he doesn't get the cold damage.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the knife pierces him, and then something very weird happens, because the moment the dragon is hit, he roars in pain and rage, screams something in Draconic, and you see his wings light up orange for an instant. Then he flaps them back, and he basically shoots these rocket-like blast of fire, and just launches himself, kind of an emergency evade, launches himself off the ship, leaving a burning crater on deck. It basically just shoots itself away like a cannonball, cursing in Draconic, and flies away from the ship, speeding as fast as he possibly can.
He's within 10 feet of me. I should be able to. I think I should be able to use a reaction to hit him with my whip on his way out.
Yes. Yes, you can.
At this point, Ubo sees that and saying, fuck it. That's a fucking crit.
Oh,
That's a fucking crit. Yeah.
okay.
I would also like to do a maneuver, because of course I'm going to do a fucking maneuver. Let me see. Shit, man, I'll hit him with another trip attack. So he has to make a DC 15 strength saving throw. He's probably pretty strong. Otherwise, he gets knocked prone.
21.
Damage.
You rolled 21 on the save.
Okay, so he definitely saves. So he does not.
Okay.
Not fall down. Let me do.
So Ubo has had to have lightning fast reactions to this, by the way.
Let me roll my damage.
Okay, and then you should roll it again.
I roll again. Okay. In my game, we have house rules for damage and stuff.
Okay,
so it's
you just
added together, so it's 11, and then I have 1d8 for my trip attack.
wow.
So that's that's another 6. That's 17 damage. Another 17 damage on my reaction to hit him with
Okay, so basically there are two thunderous explosion, one from the rocket escape of the dragon, and one from the sonic crack of the whip. And when the smokes, and when the smoke disappears and when the smoke disappears and the fire is put out, not long, but near the point in which the dragon took off, there is actually the tip of its tail it's there on deck, slightly smoking.
Hell yes.
And there's also a trail of smoke low on the water, and a very undulating dragon running away. He's apparently flying towards the wyvern pillar, by the way.
Okay. That will become a problem sooner or later.
It already was a problem, so.
It's true.
This is a good point.
Definitely.
Should we chase after this dragon?
Saurian is definitely willing to do that.
Would there normally be more dragons at that pillar? Is that a thing?
What do you mean exactly? Because
Like,
the
is that pillar like a nest for like baby dragons?
apparently it's a nest of wyverns. Of wyvern, I don't know. Apparently it's a nest of wyverns.
Okay. I suppose we could chase it.
I mean, the first thing, no, on that actually I have the captain has to intervene because this battle has I mean, if you try to chase him, besides the fact that you are flying into the wyverns, you are also basically sure to get stuck into the reef. So you first have to get into the internal bay, and then whatever else, then you can do whatever else might be. You can plan again.
Oh, isn't the ship on fire?
The not completely on fire, but that ballista is gone.
Okay.
Darrett will use his control flames to put out.
Okay. So the Daughter of the Wave is officially down to 2 ballistas right now, after last time.
Okay.
Maybe we should just let them go for now and continue forward with our larger task.
Also, as Ubo thinks on it, we should not draw unneeded attention. And he's going to say this in Draconic and like close to his allies. Our mission was to be as discreet as possible to slip back the object. To kill one of her children more than likely would enable the same effect the city was trying to avoid in complete destruction.
Yeah, make an intelligence check.
That is
Investigation check, everyone.
not his specialty.
Sorry, intelligence or nature?
Investigation.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Oh, that I can do.
Did you want that from everyone, or?
If you anyone that wants to do that.
I got 13, a middling 13.
Okay.
You got a natural
By the way, Vizian. Oh wow, Vizian expresses his frustration. Virian expresses his frustration because he's telling the captain, "Yeah, see that's exactly one of the other reasons why I didn't want to just barge in through the Evershift Strip. Maybe we could have gotten closer in a more discreet manner." So now it's basically the morning is over, and we have a little more than half the day after arriving in the internal bay, and there is an angry dragon brat that is aware of our presence. So the captain begrudgingly concedes that point, but I mean, it's kind of useless arguing on it now. And as for Altana, the thing that piques her and Darrett's interest most is the fact that the dragon did not went for the wyvern nest and not straight for the island, where presumably the lair or nest of his mother is. Mother, sorry for the pronunciation. And that's kind of weird because I mean, in the immediate, the wyvern's nest provides some protection from pursuers, but it just I mean, he didn't go running to mommy immediately, which kinda makes you think you have this hunch that probably the queen is still asleep and would not take kindly to being awakened before time.
Oh, okay. So mayhaps we can sidestep the shitty brat altogether.
You might.
We sent it a message. I think we sent it a message, and it's now, there's no need for us to pursue it. I think.
Oh, Ubo scoops his tail up, by the way. I keep that tail, boy.
Before Carnifax tries to eat it.
Tonight's dinner.
That's what I was thinking.
I think it's probably not exactly edible, though. I have.
If you're brave enough.
It's probably just not worth it. It's like the ratio, the meat to hardness ratio is worse than lobster pincers.
Duo is
Very
fully trying to get like gloves out of this or something. Like he wants a hat. He wants something out of this. Anything left over can go right to Carnifax.
Yeah, probably the two of you together can sort of fashion a sort of dagger out of it.
Dagger, shit, I'll take that. Yeah.
Better not wave it in front of the Scorcher Queen.
Oh, yeah,
But okay. So I think we are about to wrap it up for today. And if you're fine with that, given the current situation, I think that 2 more sessions might be needed. We went a bit slower than I thought. I think right now we surely need a couple more sessions, at most 3, depending on how exactly it wraps up in the next 2 sessions. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Also, you okay with having session next week, considering that it's Saturday before Easter? Because I am, but I need to know about you.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I'm good with that.
Fine.
Okay, so we have at most 5 minutes. Is there still something you want to consider or entertain? And then we are just gonna say goodbye and wrap this up. It's literally, yeah.
Yeah,
good.
I'm good. I can do short rest healing next.
Okay.
How are you looking, Garrett?
I have 4 hit points left, so
So we're about the same.
4 mighty hit points.
Poor
Yeah,
Darrett.
I mean, D&D being what it is, even if you have only 1 hit point left, you're still at peak combat efficiency. So
Doesn't matter if you're at 1 as long as the other guy's at 0.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna say that the first time that this adventure was played, there was one combat. I'm not gonna say which or when, obviously. There was one fight that that started in the first round. The first round had half the party at 0 hit point, and 2 rounds later. 2 rounds later, the enemy was deader than dead, killed while trying to escape, and everyone was back up. Because D&D 5e, it's like that.
Love that swing, baby. Love that swing.
So yeah, it be like that. So did you have fun today?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
I know I dropped a lot of info on a lot of stuff on you guys.
Can't wait to try out this new spell.
Excuse me?
I said I can't wait to try out this new spell.
The other party went through the Evershift as well. So
If you're on an adventure, you gotta take the riskier one. You always gotta take the riskier option. Come on.
No
You know
rest, no
what?
glory.
I mean, no one tried the Sea Ray corridor, so no one knows what's the riskier option, probably. So no one knows for certain what is the riskier option.
It just sounds riskier. I don't know. Just feels it. Just feels that way.
Red Dragon, Wyvern Nest, possibly getting stuck on low tide.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, that's definitely the most immediate risk. This is choices here are a matter of time against danger. Also, you might have. That's also if you make it. If you make it, there's the question of what's the route back, as well. Okay, so that was an interesting session. I had a lot of fun. I am glad you had fun as well. And we'll see each other in 1 week. For you are finally entered in the innermost part of the Crimson Atolls. You are inside of the shores of Mauna Hilani. And so we'll see how that wraps up last times. What is it that you're most excited about trying out or discovering? What are your expectations or fears for next session?
I'm looking forward to finding that lair, getting in that lair. That lair
Okay.
loot can't take anything, but you know, everybody
Okay.
wants to be the adventurer in the Aladdin's tomb with all the treasure all around you. Everybody wants to do that. Come on.
Okay.
Find out when this orb is going to screw us over.
You will find out what?
When
Oh.
this orb is going to screw us over.
Oh yeah. There's also that too.
Her alarm clock. We brought back her alarm clock. Ah, fuck.
Okay, at the moment then wow. Okay, that's great. I loved making this map, by the way. It was there is a paper version of this, and I sort of redid it in digital. I loved making it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Thank you very much. Okay, so it's a wrap. We are actually practically we have ended 3 sessions out of 3 on some sort of dragon related stuff, because session 1 was Saurian's reveal, session 2 was flamethrower versus cannon, and this here is the battle against the shitty brat, as you called it.
Shitty brat.
Yeah, honestly, the main thing, one of the things I like to play out in this adventure is the 2 dragon wyrmlings involved, because they're basically the 2 opposite kind of. I mean, Saurian is standard shonen protagonist, and the other guy is the high school bully. And literally Drago Malfoy, by the way. I'll tell my mother. I'm gonna tell my mom.
He's literally Team 4-star Vegeta, except minus all the cool stuff. Minus all the hype cool shit. He's just a shitty brat, gets spanked.
It actually does cool stuff, but he sort of ruins it with his own attitude.
Yeah, for sure. That is 100% my time, though, guys. I've got
Okay, then good luck to everyone. Have a nice day. Have fun. Bye bye. This has been Revenge of the Scorcher Queen, the DM and the cast. See you later, and bye bye. Next week.